It's getting really, really interesting. Things are changing and things are shifting. I had some incredible phone calls with people yesterday. And I think I spent about 4 hours, 5 hours just chatting to people. And then this morning I was asked, I wasn't really asking anything actually. This morning I was working through some different stuff and I had the most interesting thing pop into my head. I've had someone say to me that he doesn't believe in the law of attraction. And I've been looking at that wondering, okay, that would make sense because so many people that believe in the law of attraction aren't actually receiving through the law of attraction. And if you go by Jerry and Esther, they would say it's because you're not in a place of allowing. And I think a lot of people don't really understand what that means. I know for me, I didn't, and I'm still not 100% sure I know what that actually means. What does it mean to be in a place of allowing? And I guess somewhere along the lines I've been asking and asking and asking, and this is what I got this morning. The misconception I've had with the law of attraction is that, I'll put it in the simplest terms, I can sit on the couch and I can think about receiving $50. And I can imagine that $50, I can see that $50, I can act as if I have that $50. However, if all I do is sit on the couch, I'm never, ever, ever going to be able to receive that $50. Or it's going to, I won't say never, ever, ever, because I always say never. The chances of you receiving that $50 while you're sitting on the couch is very rare. Or if you were going to receive that $50, it would have to be from someone or something that came to you with $50. And you're relying on other people outside of you or other energies outside of you to hear the message and bring that $50 to you. That's one way the law of attraction can work, and I think that's kind of what a lot of people, I know for me, that's what I've been doing in the past, that's a very basic example, is I've been imagining this amazing life and then sitting back and expecting this amazing life to miraculously come to me. It's one way of using the law of attraction. And I can see how that's not working. It's not working for me. Sitting and imagining this amazing life and then waiting for it to come to me, it's not working. Categorically, it's not working. And if it was working, it would have worked by now. So here's what I understand with the law of attraction. I'm going to use money because it's a really great example, and I have 3 different things. So for those of you that don't know what Australian money looks like, that is our $10 note, that's our $20 note, and this lovely sexy thing, that's our $50 note. So what I get is each of these different notes, they all have their own energy, they all have a vibration. So the $10 note vibrates at one level, the $20 note vibrates at another level, the $50 note vibrates at another level, and when you put all 3 of them together, they have another vibration that is different to each of them individually. And this, you might not know it, you might not understand it, you might not get it. Everything is based around energy. Everything has its own energy vibration. Everything is resonating at a particular level. The camera I'm talking into, the computer the camera's connected to, the couch I'm sitting on, the floor my feet are on, everything has a vibration. And when you go right down into the heart of it, it has a specific note or it has a specific tune that it vibrates at. Now, where you can use the law of attraction really powerfully, if you're conscious, and this is what I'm getting now, is if you want this $10 note, and you want this $10 note to appear in front of you, figure out what you have to do to match the vibration of this $10 note. And you ask. If you don't know, you ask. You ask the universe, you ask your gods, you ask your angels, you ask the light, you ask your guides, whoever it is that you're asking, or even if you're not asking anyone, start asking. What do I have to do to come into vibrational alignment with this $10 note? It's not, universe, bring me $10. It's not, universe, can you get $10 to me? It's, what do I have to do to come into alignment with receiving $10. And you will every single time have an idea, have a thought, have something pop into your head. And it might be really, really convoluted as to, let's say, jumping on Facebook and saying that you're going out shopping that day, and you might mention where you're going shopping. And it might be that somebody sees that and says, well, I'm going there, why don't we meet up for a coffee? And you end up meeting them up for a coffee, and you end up having, let's say, a sandwich and a cup of coffee. And that person ends up paying for that sandwich and cup of coffee for you. Well, you have just come into alignment with $10. It doesn't necessarily mean that it looks like this, but the value, the vibration of the value of what this $10 is matches. Therefore, you have come into alignment with this $10. You went to it. You didn't wait for it to come to you. And this is the biggest clarification that I'm getting today, is if I want this $20, if I want this $50, if I want this $80, I ask, I want cash. I want cash. I've been asking for cash. I've been asking, you know, if you watch my videos, I have been asking for cash. Now, I had two choices. I could sit on the couch and wait for that cash to come to me, or I could start looking around going, okay, what can I do? What can I do to attract cash to me? And what I heard was sell some of my stuff. I have so much stuff that I don't use. It's wasting my space. It's taking up a lot of energetic space, and I ended up selling it. And guess what I attracted? Cash. This is what I got from selling one of the things that I had in my house that I haven't used for years. And it can be that you end up you end up having cash in your hand, or it can be that somebody ends up contacting you and they offer a service to you that would usually cost you $5,000. However, they're offering it to you for free. You still vibrated in alignment with receiving $5,000. However, it hasn't come in this form. And what it is absolutely recognizing when you are coming into alignment with receiving $5,000 through someone giving you a service. And here's what I'm starting to do is, I have a lot of people that are giving to me at the moment, and I believe it's because I've spent the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years giving constantly to everybody else, and now I'm coming into alignment with receiving. Well, here's what I'm going to start doing. I'm actually going to start putting a dollar value on those things that I'm receiving. So if a friend of mine, let's say that a healer friend of mine, they do a treatment for me for free. It's not for free. It's never for free. There is always an energetic exchange in place. And if I want to start coming into alignment with receiving more money, it would make sense to put a dollar value, an energetic dollar value on that service that I received. So this friend of mine yesterday who did, she did a couple of hours, it was incredible. I would put my value on that would be a couple of $100, $1,000. That would be my value, not necessarily hers, but it would be my value of what I would put on the service that she gave for me. So I would, let's say if I'm going to get really serious about doing this, I would actually write out a receipt in my name and say, yes, I have received a service valued for this much. Therefore, I have actually just received, this receipt says I have just received $1,000. Awesome. And that receipt will have a vibration of $1,000 because that's the value. And you know, this is the thing. This is just a piece of paper. Well, it's not actually a piece of plastic. You can't tear it. It's a piece of plastic. And it has a vibration. The piece of plastic isn't what has the vibration. It's the fact that it's a $10 note. And the concept of the $10 note, it has a vibration. It has an energy. The value of this piece of paper is what the energy is. It's the value that you place on it. So I could just as easily, let's say I've got an envelope here. This envelope, I could write on this envelope, this is a receipt to me for $10. because I went and had coffee and cake with a friend and they paid for it. Therefore, it didn't cost me $10. I received $10. I can write on this, I have received $10. And this, if I put the value, if I put the energy into it, it will have the same vibration as this, because this is only a piece of plastic. It's the vibration and the value that you put on it that gives it the energy. And society puts a value on this. But why not? And I always say, if you can imagine you can do it, then it is possible to do it. Why not take the value of this and put it into something like a blank piece of paper like this? The law of attraction isn't about things coming to you. Because if your vibration, if you're imagining you want $50 and your vibration is at $10, you cannot attract this $50 vibration. If your vibration is at the $10, you can't, it doesn't match. These two vibrations do not match. Like attracts like. You can only attract to you what is in the same vibration as you. So, it's not about sitting and saying, okay, I have $10, I want $50, $10 become $50, and expecting it to come to you. You have to figure out, how can I take my vibration that is sitting at this $10 vibration, and how can I make it into $50 vibration? And that might be that what you have to do, what I have to do, is there might be a belief that says I'm only worth $10. And if you have a belief that says you're only worth $10, you cannot attract to you $50. So the thing you might need to do to bring you into alignment with receiving $50 is figure out, what do you need to do to release this belief that says you're only worth $10. And that to me is what we're meant to be doing, is we want this, we have this, well okay, what's in between? What's the thing getting in the way? Well, it's a belief. It is always a belief. And it is either working out what the belief is, depending on how you do things, work out what the belief is and release the belief, or simply recognize that you have a contrast or a conflict in the beliefs, so release the $10 and allow the $50 to come in, or release the $10 and then focus on the $50, focus on getting your energy into vibrational alignment with the $50. But I can tell you one thing, you cannot sit here and hold on to the belief and hold on to the value of being $10 and stay in that energy and attract this at the same time. You can't, it's impossible. You have to let go of this belief that says you're only worth $10. And as soon as that one goes, you create a void. And you know, there's nothing here now. There's no space, it's going to be filled. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't get. If you leave that void and you leave the vibration exactly the way it is, your $10 is going to come back. And then you release the $10 and it's gone. And you have a void. And you leave that vibration in exactly the same state that you released it in, and that $10 is going to come back. And this is the pattern. This is the pattern that everybody keeps creating.